you studied here in 2011, is that right?
2011, 2012.
Yeah. Tell me about what you were studying and how you found that experience.
Okay. I studied a Master of Arts in Theological Studies, which I studied part-time here, whilst working full-time hours. I did that degree in 2 years, which I wouldn't recommend anyone to do. Too short a time if you're working full-time. But it was absolutely fantastic course. And anyone who hasn't studied theology at Notre should think seriously about it. The reason I came to do that is interesting. I have always been interested in religion and always been interested in apologetics and theology. And when both my parents died within a year of each other, I then became more interested in that subject. So I was reading a lot in that area. Basically all my spare time I spent reading theology and apologetics. And my brother-in-law went to Belgium he was sent by his work to do an intensive theology course for about 4 weeks. When he came back, he was very, very enthusiastic about theology, found out about the course at Notre Dame, enrolled in it, recommended it to me. I then enrolled in it and he pulled out. So that's how that's what was actually the final move to study here. But I knew Notre Dame because I was involved in the St Thomas More Society.
Okay.
And I think in 2010 they held their retreat here.
What motivated you or what attracted you to apply for this job?
Yep. Well, so that's also an interesting story, I think. I think when I first came to Notre Dame in 2010, it impressed me as a university, the objects of the university impressed me, and I sort of had a feeling that it would be tremendous at some time in my life to be the Dean of the Faculty of Law. Never actually expecting that might be a realistic possibility. But then I found out, not because I was looking for a new job at the time, but I found out that the position was being advertised quite late in the process, I think, of the advertising process here. And at the time I had 2 assignments due from my Masters of Arts in Theological Studies, plus I was pretty busy at work. But anyway, I rang the university and asked them if they'd keep the space available a bit longer so that I could put in an application, which they agreed to. So in between doing all of that work, I put my application in, and there was quite a long process of interviews and so on before I actually was offered the position. But what motivated me to leave a successful career at a prestigious firm and come here is my desire to do something for the church, my belief in the objects of this university, and my great desire to see this university succeed. That's really what motivated me to do that. And part of the reason that I think this university is so important is my own personal experience as a university student. Having come from a traditional Irish Australian Catholic family and going to a Christian Brothers school, and before that the local parish school, pretty much all of my friends were practicing Catholics, and my family's friends were practicing Catholics. So my worldview was then, and will always be, I think, a Catholic worldview. And it was quite a shock to me to start at a university where really none of the students seemed to share my position on pretty much any moral or social issue. And although the University of New South Wales is a fine institution, and I'm not critical of the university, there was no obvious indication of a shared social and moral outlook by many of the staff there as well. So I don't see why students who want to study law or any other discipline for that matter should leave their moral and social positions outside the institution or be influenced in any adverse way by those around them. So that's really why I believe Notre Dame's mission is critical and a key reason for me coming.